Okay, says I'm live. Everything looks pretty good here so far. Hopefully the sound quality will be good. See if I can get a few people in here this morning. Oh man, I had to clean my glasses here a little bit so I can make sure and see the chat room good with this big screen. Thank goodness I can. All right. See if we can get anybody in here. See if they're ready to get started. It's 9 o'clock now. I'm hearing a couple of things on the phone. Let's see what we're going to do, guys. Get a few popping in here. All right, get the old specs cleaned up good. Hopefully, everything's going to be coming across loud and clear. I'm up here at my new studio because I'm still working on it. You can see in the background, I hadn't finished up a lot of things. Got my mixer over here, and of course, my computer's up here. What I use with the broadcast when I do my radio show, which I may be doing again today. I don't know. The guy that does I'm seeing different things on me here. The guy that does the noon to 3 show, he's having difficulty with his equipment. So I may be filling in again. I'm gonna have to wait and see. He's wanting to try it and see if he can get on. And let's see which mouse. All right. I'm getting no response for some reason or other, and usually I have no idea what's going on. Did I screw with Google again? I don't know. I'm getting a few people popping in, but it's popping in. Nothing's hitting the chat yet. Could be a slow response this morning. I don't know. Do not know. Let me make sure my chat room is working right. Sometimes you just have to kind of play around with these specs with Google and YouTube. Let's see what we've got. Let me go down here to my chat. Make sure. Yeah, it seems to be working fine. Don't know what's going on. Usually I have a lot popping in here at one time. But, it is what it is. I can't make people come to a chat room. And if YouTube decides to do something different, it can change the whole dynamics. So I don't know what's going on. I'm getting nothing on the chat right now. Nothing at all. All right. Did I put the wrong title out there again? YouTube seems to throw a block on you if you seem anything controversial. At least for the small guys, I'm afraid. This one's got me puzzled again. This happened to me a month or so ago when I mentioned Donald Trump's son being in town, and it seems to be happening again. This isn't right. Something's not right. Let me sign off and sign back on. I am going to sign off and then sign back on and see if I can get a change here because I can't believe everybody is not coming in. Something's not right. Hey, oh, there's Jamie. Wow, I was about to forget. I was about to think everybody had quit. I didn't know what was going on. I don't know if YouTube is, locked me down a little bit. They seem to not put you post. I mean, I don't know, turn your notification on or something. I think they've got a way of changing their algorithm. Did you get a notification this morning, Jamie? Because I'm getting a few to pop in, but I've got, at least 10, 15, 20 people that are in here by now, and I have got just a few that have popped on. But because I want to talk about topical things, that may be the reason they want me off. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. They probably don't like my news and politics, do they? When I come on with that, and it may not be to their liking. Is the sound quality and the picture quality good, Jamie? I'm trying to make sure that everything is looking good up here and at the new studio and all that sort of stuff. So I'm gonna have to get me something for my background. Well, back here, I'm gonna have to get something back there. I just got that plywood wall there. I've got some soundproofing I'm gonna be putting in here and some things to hopefully change the dynamics of it a little bit. How's things going with you, Jamie? Are you in Florida or are you in Massachusetts? I need to hopefully we'll get some things rolling in here a little bit. I'm not getting much response at all. Maybe it's the change of the weather and everything. The fall weather is setting in pretty good, and I'm wondering if that might be part of it. I don't know. People may not be up and ready to go this morning, or if it's Zach, he'd be ready to go to bed about this time in the morning. Whoops, be about midnight for him. But we'll see. I'm just not getting much this morning, am I? Well, they're sort of laid back like me too, I guess. I'm not real thrilled about getting up here and doing something this morning myself. I had an extremely bad headache this morning, and maybe that's a sign that I should get off here as quick as I can because I had a little migraine this morning and taking something for it, but I'm still sitting up here, uh, sort of, you know, got one of those hurting around the eyes and everything, headache, and it just is not the most pleasant time to be doing anything. Hey, Arch, how are you? Yeah, I'm trying to get in here and say a few things and do a few things. I hope the debate uh, comes off well this week. I hope Mr. Trump, I hope Donald Trump comes off good. And you're enjoying the weather? Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It was actually nippy this morning. It's what is it right now? 60 degrees up here right now, and just I mean, 60 degrees feels good. I'm still in my short sleeves and everything, and inside my little studio here, it was a little bit nippy, a little bit nippy. I was thinking to myself, I may have to put the heater in here instead of the air conditioner. I've been running the air conditioner every day and everything when I'm up here, but uh, today's weather, it just seems a little bit nippier than usual. Well, and that's what I'm getting at, Arch. I think that happens. I mean, usually I've got a lot more in here, and I think the notifications just aren't getting out there when you have a headline or anything that has to do with the right. I mean, they can say what they want to, but they want to squelch the right. They don't want us to anybody. I mean, I don't. I'm an independent. I don't. I'm not registered, and never have been registered as a Republican. Years ago, I used to be a Democrat, and I switched off of that because that party just went away. The old Democrat Party just went away, and if you don't get away from that, you're crazy. Yeah, they got the technology to do that. They can slow us down to nothing, and you know, I mean, they're controlling the hose pipe. In other words, if they want to squeeze that hose pipe so much that you can't get uh, your message out, they can do it. I mean, that's them. Oh, did you, Arch? Well, yeah, the old Democratic Party is gone. I mean, they I mean, there's no Democratic Party like that anymore. And anybody that was an old Democrat, if they haven't switched to at least to independent or something, I mean, they don't have to be a Republican, but they if they at least get to be an independent and then vote how their mind feels at the time, they'll probably end up being more Republican leaning, even if they're not a true Republican. But because it's crazy how things have just, I mean, this woke extreme left right now is crazy. I mean, we don't want the men in girls' bathrooms, men in women's sports, uh, open borders, uh, you know, taking your rights away. And that's the thing. A lot of people aren't realizing. Hey, Joey, how are you this morning? You just woke up, did you? Yeah. So are you a woke person or you're awakened? Yeah. You just woke up, but you're not woke. That's Joy from and I got to meet Joy last year. Uh, my daughter and I went up to New York, state of New York, before before they shut it down and everything. So we got to go up there and uh, do that. And I'll tell you something, Joey. I got to go to an Italian restaurant last night that rivals that one that we were at. No, what? No, this one I went to last night was Dino's. What was the one we went? What was the name of the one we went to, Joey? I can't remember the name of it, but I was able to get some delicious Italian meal last night. I mean, delicious. Yeah. Oh, you live in Long Island, Arch? Delmonico's. That's what we went to. Okay, yeah. I went to uh, Dino's last night. Dino's Italian restaurant in Bessemer City, North Carolina, run by real Italians, which is great, and they know how to cook. They really do. They have a good menu, and oh gosh, I'm trying to remember the dish. It was sort of like it was an Alfredo sauce on top of noodles, and it's got a special name for it. I can't remember what it is, but it's got uh, ham and chicken and a few other things. And it's not chicken Alfredo, but it's really great. Oh, you've heard of Delmonico's? Yeah, Joey and Mike met me up there. It was right outside Albany, or is that part of Albany? I can't remember. Yeah, I had a big feast last night. We did that, and then we went to a concert. my wife and I went to a concert with some friends. We had a lunch. I mean, not a dinner, uh, an Italian dinner, and then went to a concert. Hey, James, I'm glad to see you get in here. Now things are clicking a little bit. I was beginning to think that Google had shut me down again on some things. I was about ready to sign out. Yeah, it's just outside of Albany. Yeah. Yeah, Joy's up there in New York, Arch. He's just outside of Albany. And but if you're in the big Long Island, so you're right up there amongst all those uh, staunch Democrats, aren't you? You got me loud and clear. Okay, that's great, James. Yeah, it's crazy that you know we've got a lot of good independent thinking people in the New York area. If they could get some crazies like Kathy Hochul, and you saw what happened to her this week. Her Chinese uh, spy got caught, I guess, working for her. So I mean, it's crazy, crazy how these things happen. You get these people that preach that they're good and everything else, and they get caught. Yeah. Okay, Albert. Glad to see you in here this morning. Yeah, I got a little something over that part. I can't. But I'm glad to be up here in my little studio, and I got a bigger screen now for those of us that are older and have to wear these spectacles, and and mine are bifocals too. So sometimes I have to look up and down. I've got the bigger screen over here now, and I can read the chat a lot better than I was on my laptop. Yeah, I got this mixing board, and I've got like I said, I've got multiple computers here too, and I'm trying to fix it up a little bit better too. This is what I use to broadcast uh, on my radio show. I do a internet radio show that anybody can go to. I'm gonna advertise my little radio show because I may or may not be on this afternoon. Don't know, but when I'm on jukinoldies.com. There's the link to what I'm on. And I may be on from noon to 3 today, playing, spinning my oldies and everything. If you want to tune in and see if I'm on, the boy that usually has that show he's having trouble with his internet service. So he texted me and wanted me to kind of stand by. So I may or may not be on. I don't know. I kind of think I will be because from what I gather, this boy's having a pretty good bit of problems with his internet. And yeah, yeah. Now I haven't been on Arch's site. I'll have to check that out. Now, do you do a live broadcast several times a week or just once a week, Arch? What's your schedule and what kind of broadcast it out to the ones that are watching my broadcast right now? I mean, we try to get if like I said, if Google doesn't screw with me, I'm usually get a pretty decent audience on Saturday night. Okay, small equipment channel. Okay, well that's good. Let me get my collar straight here. You when you're watching the screen of yourself, you forget it's not mirrored, so you grab the wrong area here. Saturday night with Arch. Okay, yeah. Well, we'll all have to, everybody on this channel will check you out. That's for sure, Arch. we'll try to check it out and see how things go on your channel. Uh, and what you do small engine repair? Is that what you do? Yeah, we'll we like to share resources, repairs and restoration. Okay, that's cool. I always like to uh, talk with other people that also have channels, and we all share information and links and everything else, and we all grow our channels by doing that. I mean, I'm a small channel. I'm not big like some of these that got 2 or 300,000 subscribers and and all kind of stuff. Mine's a little more intimate. I've got a bunch of people that you know are regulars on here and come back every week or try to. Most of them do on Sunday mornings, and we just sit back and relax and get you a cup of coffee or a drink or whatever you need, orange juice, milk, whatever. um, and just sit back and we kind of talk about a little bit of what's going on. Well, good, good. I'm, I'm always glad to see. I'll tell you what, Arch. Let me go in here, and I'm gonna put you in as a moderator too. Let me get my mouse working. I'll see if I can do that right quick, and I'll add you as a moderator. Let me do that. That way you'll show up blue. You'll have a blue. Well, is it let me do that? Let me. Used to be simple to do this. Add as a moderator. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna add. Man, now they're changing things. All right, I'm gonna do that. See if it does. Okay, let me see what it does for you. This next, type something in again, Arch, and see if it's not blue this time. And we'll have you as a moderator there. Hopefully I did it right. I haven't done that in a long time. There you go. See, now you got a blue tool beside you. So since you're a mechanic, hey, there's Zach. Hey, good. Did I wake you up, Zach? Although you're probably about ready to go to bed, aren't you? Uh, yeah, we're just trying to keep things rocking and rolling here, and keeping our politics rolling when we can. Yeah, yeah. We got a new guy that's a moderator, Arch's Garage in here, Zach. Zach is a now you're a mechanic too, aren't you, Zach? You're a driver and mechanic, am I right? Yeah, well, the campaign's going pretty good. I mean, we're hoping everything. Yeah, yeah. Zach, now Arch is we got Arch's Garage. That's a new moderator. He's from Long Island, and he does small engine repair and restoration. And he's got a channel, so we're all complimenting each other on this, Zach. I know all of us kind of, we have channels that are like Renegade. Usually jumps in here. Renegade has got a garage in Florida. Excuse me. Yeah. Good day. Yeah. And for Arch, Zach is from Australia. Zach is from Australia. Now, which part of Australia is it, Zach? I always try to, because people don't realize how, Australia is a continent. So we got to realize it is huge. Yeah, Australia is in the house. Which part of Australia? New South Wales. Okay. And that's because people don't realize the 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 vastness of Australia. I mean, when you see some of the videos of it and kind of real, I mean, a lot of people think Australia, oh, that's sort of like, whatever. I mean, Australia is a continent. I mean, it's bigger than, I mean, as a continent, it's bigger than the United States, or it's maybe not quite. I don't know. It. the land mass in Australia, I guess it would be bigger than the United States. I mean, and probably part of Mexico too. I haven't ever seen an overlay of Australia on top of that, but it's huge. I know that. Oh, you think United States is bigger? Okay. I mean, I know that as United States is big, and but I mean, you're a continent and not, and we're just a country, which is crazy in itself. Yeah, yeah, it's something to think about how big Australia is, because you get this misconception in your mind sometimes of how large certain things are. Yeah, yeah. So there's what, 28 million people there? Is that what? Yeah, we got 350 million people. Yeah, population wise, yeah, I knew we were larger, but I mean, as far as land mass, as far as the actual land mass itself, I mean, Australia is huge. Of course, there's a lot of vacant land out there too. It's sort of like our western states, our Midwest states, like Montana and Colorado and all those. I mean, they're not overpopulated. Yeah, yeah, we'll have to do that. Find a an overlay, and we'll lay it in, see the difference on the land mass. But I'm glad that yeah, I was about to lose a train of thought there. Yeah, I'm glad that we can converse with people all over the world, and that our broadcast, even though my broadcast is small in comparison to anything, it does reach people all over the United States and all over the world. And I'm thankful for that. I mean, I've had people, England, Italy, France, Australia. I've had actually a couple of Australians, and then Austria. I used to Patrick from Austria used to jump in all the time. I don't see him as much anymore. I don't know if Patrick quit getting online as much. He hasn't gone on my channel. I still have him on Facebook, and I still see his post, but he's a young boy. He's a young boy, only his early 20s. So, you know, his interest probably waned away from these older guys wanting to chat and talk politics and everything else. Yeah, Patrick, uh, I don't, I can't remember. Patrick has a long last name. I can't remember it, but of course I've got a couple of Patricks online here too. I have some in the United States, but one in particular, like I said, one Austria, young boy. Oh, you've been to Austria? I mean, Australia. Oh, Austria. You want to visit Austria again? Yeah, yeah. I've always my father-in-law and mother-in-law went to about every continent. My mother-in-law went to Australia, and my my brother-in-law went to Australia. I'm not going to be the world traveler at my age, because I'm doing good to visit parts of North Carolina and South Carolina. So I'm not going to I'm not I'm not going to do it. I'm going to have to look at it on videos and pictures and things like that. I'm just not physically fit enough to do that anymore. Yeah. Yeah, my dad, was a more, WW2, and he loved Austria, and he loved Austria and Germany and Switzerland, all those countries. He really loved the layout and the looks of those countries, and, hated that he had to see it in wartime, but, that he always loved the countryside. Oh, he used to do embassy work. Oh, that's great. Trump's he's I guess he's out there working hard, and he's visiting all all the different battleground states, and he was in North Carolina Friday. Uh, he was just right up the road from us out here, I guess you might say. He was in Charlotte. He was in Charlotte on Friday, which is only about 35, 40 miles from here. No, I haven't gone down to any of those. The Trump rallies are hard to get into. I mean, if Trump's going to be in your location, these people are waiting 8 and 10 hours to get into his shows. I can't do that. Uh, I went to a concert last night, and luckily it was one I could just drive up to, not far to walk, and go in and have great seating. I went and saw a group called Exile, which is they used to be a rock and roll group, and then they turned country, and then they were great, had a lot of great hits in country. Yeah, it was a group called Exile, Exile. Uh, they had a song back out in the late '70s called "Kiss You All Over," and then they've had a bunch, and that was a number one hit. That was a number one rock and roll hit. And then they've had about 10 or 11 country hits. And they've written songs for Alabama, uh, sang one of their songs, The Closer You Get. That was written by the guys in Exile. And they played that last night. They played, they're good songwriters, good music. We loved it. It was a great concert. I had great seats. Yeah. Yeah, that they were a great group to see, and it was five of the original members too. Or the five that are in, all five of them in the band were original members of the band. The band's been together since 1963. I mean, they started as kids in high school and in Kentucky, and then just grew from there and have stuck together mostly. I mean, they have broken up a little bit over the times, but they've been great. And it was a concert that you could hear. They didn't blast you out or anything like that. Really good, really good. Good morning, good time. How are you? You've never heard of Exile? Yeah, have to look it up. Exile. Look it up. You've heard the songs. I guarantee it. I would play them right now, but YouTube would shut me down, so I can't play the songs. And yeah, that you'll. Yep, yep. You have to look it up. Just Google it, and you know, you'll know the music when you hear it. But they were a great group, really great group. My wife and I, we went out with some friends, Larry and Charlotte Johnson. They went with us, and we had a great time. Great time. I enjoyed it. Of course, that may be why I've got a little bit of a migraine this morning. I mean, I was listening to music. It wasn't loud music. I mean, that's the great thing about. I went to the Don Gibson Theater, which is in Shelby, uh, which is just 12 miles from here, and it's a small venue, which is what I really like. I mean, it only seats 400 people, and it was that was built by the city of Shelby and Don Gibson's wife. They helped build this, and the city the city is, we've got two great big artists that came from Shelby, North Carolina. Don Gibson being one, and Earl Scruggs being another. Both of those artists were huge on the national country music and bluegrass and everything scene. Especially Earl Scruggs. Earl Scruggs, well known with his banjo picking. Of course, Don Gibson was just as big. He wrote songs, and Ray Charles recorded a couple of his songs. Patsy Cline recorded some of his songs. Great singer songwriter. Uh, so the song "Sweet Dreams" that Patsy Cline had, that was a Don Gibson song, and uh, "I Can't Stop Loving You" for Ray Charles, that was a Don Gibson song, and both of those, you know, went pop and pop and country, just massive hits and everything. But anyway, Don Gibson, I've told the story in the past. My aunt actually dated Don Gibson when she was young. Of course, she nothing ever materialized. I think they just went out once or twice. But one of many girls probably that he dated. Of course, one of many wives that he had too. He was married 4 or 5 times. Uh, but because we used to kid my aunt, I said, "Well, if you'd been married to him, I said you'd been famous now." And she said, "No, I probably wouldn't have stayed married to him because he's gone through so many wives." But and that's probably true. Yeah, Doc Watson's from North Carolina too. Doc Watson's from up north of Wilkesboro, uh, and that's only just a few miles from here too. Zach, if you like bluegrass. No, I'm not going to take the Willis Jeep to the concert. That's for sure. Uh, the Willis Jeep still like. I might step back here to my nifty little refrigerator that's right behind me and get me something to drink right quick. I'll keep talking. Uh, y'all can see I'll grab my little bit of Gatorade here. Oh me. Y'all see how slim I am now? I don't know if I can get up. I went to the doctor this week. I'm down. I don't know if you can tell. I'm down under 200 pounds for the first time in about 35 years. Trying to get this diabetes and everything in order. But I'm 18 pounds lighter than I am 6 months ago. I've lost 18 pounds in 6 months. And it's been good for my health. I might take a swig of my Gatorade. My voice is getting a little scratchy. So y'all have to bear with that as I get me some. Yeah. Well, thanks, Arch. Yeah. Yeah. I've tried to, keep the weight down and try to make sure that I'm as healthy as I can be for a man of my age and everything. So you went from 300 down to 250. Well, that's great. That's a good improvement too. Yeah, I was at when I had my heart attack, I was at 245, and uh, I'm now I'm weighing right at 198, 199, 200. Bopping right around that's what I'm doing. You're stuck at 250, yeah. Well, you know, we all get that way. You get stuck at a certain level. Of course, I'd like to lose a few more pounds. I'd like to lose it in particular places is what I'd like to do. I'd like to lose the gut. Uh, my wife keeps saying I keep losing it in my butt. I don't. Um, she says I might quit taking those tablets. You know what tablets I'm talking about, don't you? Those no acetol tablets, because I have no acetol. Oh me, yeah. I've got the belly and no butt and skinny legs. So my wife keeps saying I'm losing all my weight in my legs and everything, and they are skinny. I got uh, somebody told me one day I look like I had chicken legs, and that's about what I've got. Yeah, yeah. I'd like to get back to. I don't know if I'm going to go all the way back down to 150. I'd be skin and bones, and I don't want to. I need a little bit of weight on me. But yeah, I was about 150 in high school too. Yeah, that's about. So you're sort of like me. I told my wife, I said, yeah, I said, I'm twice the man you married when I was up about 245 because I was 145 I think when we got married, and now then I got up to 245. Y'all have to bear with me as I lubricate the vocal cords here because it to get the old scratchy voice. But what's happening with everybody else? Has everybody else been doing pretty good? I've been just taking my time, and I've got uh, I've got some more property I'm gonna be buying. My wife and I have decided to kind of expand down here a little bit. We've got some property that we've put a deposit on, and hopefully going to get that worked out and recapture some more of the family farm down here. It was property that we used to own, and we've been trying to purchase it back. You've been cleaning up your workshop? Yeah. Yeah, that's always a hard thing to do. We've been working hard here too. I poured about 30 yards of cement, and we're in where I'm at right now. I'm in a new section of I've added on to my shop, and I've got a 30 by 60 main part of the building, and then this section that I'm in is a lean-to. It's where I've got this mobile shop in. This right here used to be a mobile shop that as you see all these cabinets, I got them here and I got them down below and everything. Uh, we used to have this as a mobile shop, and that, as you can see, that's a door back. That's a door back there. It was a door, and we'd drop it down. We'd come in here and uh, had we got our drawers and all that, and we keep equipment, supplies, and everything. And that's what we had when we went out on to work on a truck or a trailer, working on a truck, not a trailer. Back when I was with FedEx, but since I'm no longer doing that, I took this nice trailer and I've made it into a mobile studio. So that's what I've done now, and I'm enjoying it. It's nice. It's going to be. It's got all of my equipment in here, and I can lock it up, and then when I come back, I don't have to set up equipment to do things. So that's what I'm doing with this. So I'm enjoying this, and I'm doing my radio show in here since I'm doing a radio show at different times. I'm the sub on this jukinoldies.com. And so from time to time, I'll be doing a radio show and that sort of stuff. Zach, you hadn't been able to catch me, have you? I told you about a couple of them. Of course, I'm probably on the air when you're in bed. I don't know. I may be today. I'm going to go on probably after 12 today. So that'll be that's Betty by time for you. I know for sure. Yeah, you have to look it up, jukinoldies.com. I'll give you a link or something when I'm on. If I'm on late in the afternoons, it'll be during the day for you, so it would be a good thing. Yeah, yeah, that'd be 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning for you right now, wouldn't it? But yeah, I broadcast a lot of times late afternoon, so I mean which would be early morning for you probably. I mean, if I know I've got to do Jukin' Oldies after dark, and I'm gonna be on at 8 in the afternoon. That's in a couple of weeks, but rest of the times I'm gonna be on during the morning hours or day hours. So you wouldn't be able to hear it, Zach, but maybe you can, because you may not like my type of music. We're playing oldies. When I'm speaking oldies, I'm speaking from the 60s and 70s. 60s, 70s, and 80s. So that may or may not be your forte. You may not particularly like that. But old rock and roll and what we call Carolina Beach, that's what I'm primarily playing. Some old soul, and if you like that. Yeah, yeah, I like it's the good stuff for me. I like it. I like I like music like that, and I like some older country. I like some country from the '80s and '90s. I like Vince Gill, Garth Brooks, Clinton Black, uh, artists like that, and like Exile, like I saw last night. They were a great group. Uh, you got an eclectic taste. Well, that's great. That's great, Zach. That's what everybody needs. You need variety and everything in all walks of life. And I like to think that I've got an eclectic ideas, and I think I'm versatile when it comes to thinking about things in life. I mean, I enjoy talking about things, talking about my politics, and talking about uh, just life in general and what we're doing and everything. But right now, I'm enjoying things. Like I said, we're purchasing a building down here close to me, and so we're cleaning it. My son and I were cleaning up around it yesterday, and I'm gonna have to show everybody what I kind of invented too for my for my track hoe. I got uh, I got some metal boxes that we had to move, and they were real close on this building, so I couldn't get any heavy equipment in because I mean it's a metal building behind it. And I could, if I had forks, I might, run the forks through something. And the way they had them stacked, they didn't have them stacked good. I mean, it was a mess, and we're just going to crush them anyway. So I got a magnet. I got three large magnets, and put that through a cable through my bucket, and then when I curl my bucket, and I had some ears that I put on my bucket, and uh, when I curl it, and then also I've got the cable hooked to my thumb drive, I can connect and disconnect that magnet, and it's pretty cool, I thought. And I had to show people what I've done, but we'll do that. You got a video coming up, okay, on social network on True Social. I've never joined that. I had to check that out. Yeah. Yeah. Yep, that's what I say there. Yep, you're listening to me on jukinoldies.com when I'm broadcasting. But everybody have to check it out. I try to play a few things that people will enjoy. Yeah, I try my best. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's like this right here. You get what you get. I'm not overselling me in the least. I'm Mike Jones. I'm plain as they come. Uh, what you see is what you get. I mean, Jamie knows me. He's been down here. Jamie's actually been down here to my place, and Joey knows me. He's met me, and I'm just like I am right here. So I mean, I'm not one of these guys that gets on the air and tries to capture somebody by being real excited or really whatever. I'm going to tell my story like it is, and that's what you get. Yep, Jamie's been down here to the farm. I took him uptown, my large town of Cherryville, North Carolina. I love it. It's a great town. I know a lot of the people. Most of the people my age are a little bit younger. I know. There's a lot of people I don't because, of course, like every town and every place, people move in, move out. People are born, people die, and you lose some friends through the attrition of death and everything. And I've done that. I've lost a lot of my friends that way. I'm aging up myself. I'm only going to make so many more years. There's a lot fewer years ahead for me, than there are behind me. That's for sure. Uh, I don't think I'm gonna make as many as I've already experienced. Got to lubricate the old vocal cords again. Yeah, that's true for everybody almost, and it's something to think about. Yeah, yeah. Cherryville's a good little town. It's a good little southern town. Uh, I mean, it's good that I grew up in a town like this with good values, and that's some of the things that we need to preach right now is having these good values in the whole United States. I mean, we can't have a United States that is so woke and disruptive and things like that. I mean, we need. I mean, now we've got some extreme people here too. I mean, we're not exempt from any of that, but we won't. We are atypical, good little small town that have good God fearing people and and that kind of stuff. But like all these little small towns, like every place in the United States, we've been inundated with crazy things from other countries, people from other countries, some good, some bad. And we're getting the fentanyl and the drugs and everything that just like the big cities have too is not as prevalent, and they tried to keep a lot of that under control here. But if an evil group comes in, they'll come in. The thing is to not let them dominate, not let them come in and do like what they did in Aurora, Colorado. I mean, it's just terrible to think that things like that can happen in the United States. Uh, Somebody come in and just take over a certain area and have those gangs like MS-13 and some of these other Venezuelan groups. I mean, we had no opportunity in the past 4 years to vet these people. We have no idea who they are, where they went, what their intent is. We just let them in, and that's got to stop. That has got to stop. We got to know who these people are. We need to find out and let ICE do its job. We don't need Kamala Harris to say that ICE is like KKK. She's an idiot. ICE is a good thing and deports the people that needs to be deported. And we need local officials to be able to work with ICE, not be isolated away from ICE. I mean, right now they don't even want them to work together. Some of these woke politicians. Yeah, the old vocal cords are getting a little raw here. Well, guys, I'm gonna get off because of that. I may have to save my voice for this afternoon for the radio show a little bit. And I've been on here about an hour. So I'm going to say, let's get out, watch this debate this week, make a good opinion about everything. Meet back here on Sunday, and I'll see you then. So you take care, guys.